Making Pluggnb chords is easy, and it can be difficult, but only if you don't follow these simple steps. First, you want to choose a major or minor scale. If you don't know the scales, there's plenty of free MIDI kits online that lay out the scale for you. I'm going to drag the C# minor scale onto my sampler, then click into my piano. First note in that scale is C#. And then moving on from here, we have the second note in the scale, which is D#. And then E is 3, F# is 4, G# 5, and so on and so forth. So let's start by building our first chord. We want to first build what's called a triad chord, which is just a chord with 3 notes. And what you want to do here is alternate every other note in the scale. So this is going to be our 1, 3, 5 chord. So 1, skip 2, 3, skip 4, 5. We want to turn this triad chord into a 7th or 9th chord. And we do that simply by continuing on the scale. So we have 1, 3, 5, skip 6, lay down the 7th note in the scale, which is B. So this is now a 7th chord in the C# minor scale. Now I want to make the 7th chord into a 9th chord. And how do we do that? Easy. Skip a note, lay down the next note. Now we have this beautiful Pluggnb 9th chord. Okay, from here you just want to keep building out the 7th and 9th chords. So I think going from C# to F# here sounds good. Now I'm just going to go every other note in the scale. And let's see how that sounds together. Amazing. I'm going to drag this chord back here to give the melody some bounce. So I'm going to build out another chord using the same bass note. Let's drag this G# down to an F#. Let's add another filler note. Okay, that sounds really good. But when we surround notes that aren't in scale with notes that are in scale, it actually can sound really good. So let's test this by moving our C# down to a C and make this a diminished chord. So you can hear that this chord sounds kind of unresolved. And that's really the goal of diminished chords in these progressions. It just kind of creates that anticipation. So I think I'll create one more diminished chord. So I'll copy this chord over. Now let's try removing a note here and then moving this F# up to the G note, which is out of scale. Awesome. Now we'll create our resolving chord. I'll follow this bass line and the G# sounds right. Now let's go every other note to build out our 9th chord. I'm just going to bring this A# down to a G# and let's see how that sounds all together. So now let's add another copy of our bass notes to give it some depth. I'm going to add a couple more notes. Add little embellishments here and there, which are just like these accents that give the chords a little bit more of a jazzy feel. Okay, so now let's copy these chords over and adjust the second half a little bit. So if anything was unclear to you or you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments and stay tuned for more Pluggnb tips and this is how it sounds all together.